Alright. Now, briefly here, I have activity 2. I'm using a new word, I know some of you, activities, but I'm just simply illustrating for you to get a great insight of what we call Geography 1. Remember, I've told you, if you watch this video time and again, you look at critical explanations, you will never regret why you offer geography. Remember, geography has very many disciplines which can employ in the future. You can even be self-employed, so please be passionate about geography. This rock I'm teaching, in the future it will become geology, the study of rocks at the university. You can even work with tall oil and gas limited. Somebody's happy, but you must work hard. Now, if you look at activity 2, I have made for you a drawing here. This drawing has got 3 major parts. The first part is showing what I've been explaining in the recent minutes. For instance, if you look on the Earth's surface here on top, we have extrusive igneous rocks or volcanic rocks. I've told you already that the extrusive igneous rocks contain basic lava. When I say basic lava, what do I mean? It contains low silica content, which makes it take long to cool and solidify. I've already told you that in the recent past, at the border of Uganda, Congo, and Rwanda, we experienced a great mystery. Not even a mystery, it is known, an eruption of the Nyiragongo volcano, which spoiled a lot of things, property and lives. Then we have got the third part of the drawing containing plutonic, what geographers call abyssal. These are also igneous rocks, but for them, what makes them unique is that they are formed at a great depth and they contain coarse structure. When I say coarse, I mean rough and thick. I guess you know the meaning of that both smooth and rough. This one is rough. Why is it rough and thick? Because the solidification is very quick. Why is the solidification very quick? It is very quick because of the high pressure, the heat subjected to them, forcing them to cool very fast. The best example of these rocks can be granites, diorites. Let me spell the word diorite, D-I-O-R-I-T-E, diorite. We also have periodite, P-E-R-I-O-D-I-T-E. Those are some of the types of igneous rocks. They are very hard in nature. If they knock your head, you may go and order for what next. Let me tell you, you'll be scared. Now, in between the abyssal or plutonic and the exclusive igneous rocks, we have intermediate. But before we go any further, the plutonic rocks, I want you to, in your free time, go to your bathroom, pick toothpaste. You know toothpaste? When I go to brush your teeth, toothpaste. When you open the toothpaste tube and you squeeze it from the back, you will see a viscous, I'm going to explain the word viscosity. You will see a viscous material coming out, something very thick and moving very slowly. That is the best example of acidic lava. That paste you press out, it is thick, it is viscous. It can't move for so long. Another scenario I normally give my learners is funny. For lack of a better scenario, allow me use it. When you eat a lot of chapats, a lot of bread, without taking any fruit and roughage, you will get what we call constipation, and you will find it hard to pass stool or to go for long calls. You will cry and call all your friends to come and help you. And when you succeed, the particles which will come out will be very hard. They'll be coarse. I'm not saying you can't illustrate, please. I'm sorry if you're offended, but that's it. That is the best way of talking about acidic lava. Then, of course, we have the intermediate. I've told you the plutonic, we are calling it abyssal, A-B-Y YSAL. While the intermediate, this is no basic, neither is it acidic, but it is intermediate, in the middle, at the crossroads. Now, if you look at the intermediate, at the plutonic, I'm using the word abyssal, but in the intermediate, I'm using the word hyper. I know many of you are artists and like saying, I'm hyper, I'm high, I'm hyper. Meaning that your vibe is very high. When I say hyper, I mean upper. That's why here, the plutonic is down or beneath. Then when you move upwards, you come to the intermediate or hyper, meaning upper. Not down like the abyssal, but hyper up in the intermediate part. Now, when you go further, I've already told you about the lava contents. I can repeat for you that the chemical composition of the magma will highly influence the rate of cooling and solidification. Why? Because when the lava contains low silica content, it will be termed as basic lava. It will flow at a great speed, like what you watched on TV of recent of the Nyiragongo volcanoes, and cooling and solidification will take so long, forming extrusive igneous rocks, also known as volcanic rocks. Whereas, when the lava contains high silica content, it will not be able to move faster because it is acidic, and the cooling will be so quick, including solidification. Then rocks at a greater depth will be formed, what we are referring to as plutonic or abyssal rocks. And I've already given you examples of igneous rocks like granite, which is so common. We talked about diorite, we talked about gabbro. Gabbro is G-A-B-B-R-O, and peridot. Now, I want to sum it up all for you. That is what we call igneous rocks. In our next video, I'll be tackling sedimentary rocks, in particular, then metamorphic. We shall move on with the importance of rocks, the influence of igneous rocks, landform in East Africa, among others. But to have a review of my lesson today, in the start part, I introduced to you rocks as a topic. I went ahead and gave you a guide question, and that was account for the formation of the different types of rocks in East Africa. Why? Because many students, as they are studying these subjects or this content of geography for one, they understand very well in class. But when it comes to the examination, they get F9. And they start saying that maybe we are cursed, maybe they are bewitching us, maybe the teacher hates us. No, please. It is not like that. It is because when you study in class, you don't know how examination questions are set. That's why I give you a guide question, in that when I'm introducing these types class by class, like for this particular video, my major focus has been on igneous rocks. Therefore, I told you that we start by defining the rocks. We identify the different types of rocks according to the mode of formation. Then later on, we can describe how they are formed, still according to the mode of formation. Then I went ahead and defined for you the term rock as an aggregate of mineral particles which form the Earth's crust. I told you that if you got hold of a piece of chalk and you crush it, you see some small particles falling off, and I call them aggregates. I just tried to relate them with a scenario, like in O-level, you offered very many subjects, but when you are compiling your marks, they are calling them aggregates, meaning that you are adding different particles. they are adding different particles which are up minerals, and they are forming a compact mass which is very hard and solid. However, I also said that rocks may also be substances like clay, sand, stones, shell, and coral. I remember, if you go back this video, I talked about coral, that in future your teacher will talk about coral reef, coral landforms at the coast of East Africa, for instance, in Mombasa. And I told you that in these large water bodies, what we call marine water bodies, there are small or minute organisms called polyps. When they die, their skeletons compile compact to form coral landforms, which contain limestone. And surely also those are rocks, as we shall see in our next episode of sedimentary rocks. And I told you that's the major reason why we have a cement factory at Mombasa called Bamburi. Then I went ahead and told you about igneous rocks, that the word igneous shouldn't scare you. I told you that my name is Cohen, that if I also discover a class of rocks, I can call them cohenous rocks. Who can deny? Nobody, I'm the researcher out together. So these people of the Greek origin use the word igris, which means a fire, to come up with igneous rocks, meaning they are fire formed. I went ahead, by the way, I'm just reviewing for you. I went ahead and drew for you a spherical shape to represent the Earth's crust. And I will divide it into three: the core, the mantle, the core, and I talked about a lot of things. Then I went ahead, categorized for you the igneous rocks into three major parts: extrusive igneous rocks, hyperbasal or intermediate, and the plutonic. And surely it's been sharing with you. Till we meet again, we shall be looking at sedimentary rocks.